This is LA's first.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. We're all about manifestation, transformation, and breakthroughs. It's time to claim your birthright of prosperity, vitality, and love. So grab your tea or coffee because together we're awakening the world. May you live your truth. I want you to try on something consciously. I want you to consider that everyone is right. What if everyone is right? Today's podcast is Universal Law of Perception. It's a series of 43 of 52. Welcome to the Dr. Erin podcast. We come together to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We truly believe that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world, and together we're awakening the world. So today's podcast is Universal Law of Perception, 43 of 52 series. So let's get to this. I want you to truly consider, in today's world, we have a very polarized world. We have people that are for one side of politics, another side that's for another side of politics, people that are for lockdowns, people that are against lockdowns, people that are for certain money currencies and other money currencies, people that think there shouldn't be walls and people that think there should be walls, and on and on and on and on. What is right, what is wrong, all the above, this polarity, insanity. I want you to consider that everyone is right. The law of perception is basically that you are such a powerful spiritual being that the moment you even consider or perceive yourself to be anything, any identity, you set universal law into motion. You inform your subconscious mind, the subjective mind, and the one mind with a blink of consciousness. All spiritual work is the shifting of the identity back to the I am identity. The universe has to agree with you. How you believe life is how, and how you think life is how it is. That's how powerful you are. Aldous Huxley said, there are things known and there are things unknown, and in between are the doors of perception. It's fascinating if you really take a look at perception. Gustav Flaubert said, there is no truth, there is only perception. This is such a deep, deep concept that I want you to really meditate, think on this, and journal on it, meaning that in our spiritual work, you probably already know this, but as we are meditating, what we truly are doing is we are doing the yoga of merging our individual divided mind into the divine mind, into our higher mind, into the one mind. And as we begin to expand consciousness into that mind that perceives and understands it is everything, that we truly understand who we are, the truth of who we are, the I am, divine, God, whatever you want to call it, that is the true identity. All we're doing is shifting perception. And what is miraculous? The most miraculous thing, because we don't believe there's anything such as miracles, we believe there's only limited beliefs within your, limited consciousness, that miracles are simply a shift in consciousness, okay? So as you expand your consciousness, as you expand your perception of who you are and what life is, you recognize how powerful you already are. You recognize how the same source in you has created all of life. And as you condense your consciousness, as you narrow your consciousness and you see yourself divided from other people, we teach and we understand that we are informing our subconscious mind and the subjective mind, and it's literally creating polarity and creating energy upon universal law and reflecting back. Okay, this is a very, very advanced concept and truth and axiom of how the world works, okay? And it is like this, okay? First, let's just take it from a real superficial perspective, okay? Let's just pretend that you're in a relationship and you are perceiving that the other person has done you wrong. They have cheated, they have lied, they have promised you something, and you've had failed expectations, whatever that is. You have this minimal perception and concept, and you really truly believe that they are bad or wrong or divided or whatever it may be. And in that, you instantaneously are experiencing being the victim, being the effect of, and so on and so forth, right? This is your small perception. And as you expand your perception, as you expand your consciousness, you start to understand that it has nothing to do with that other person. Actually, it's the limited beliefs within your own consciousness that is pulling in and drawing in the exact circumstance to fulfill upon your belief system and your identity. And you're like, whoa, oh my gosh, I realize that I'm not really the effect of life. I'm actually really just experiencing the reflection of my own consciousness, right? And then you begin to expand consciousness even more. And then you release the suffering, you release any traumas, you release all this because you're expanding consciousness. And then you begin to go to the perception, the consciousness of realizing that life is working for you and not against you. The experience that you had in that dysfunctional relationship or that, whatever went on is that you're now like, oh, this is life drawing in something so that I can heal it and reveal the truth and no longer have to play into that character play out of my limited beliefs of this life. You begin to expand your perception. And in that, you begin to understand how powerful and how beautiful and how magnificent life is. The law of perception. I want you to get that everyone is right, meaning that every individual gets the use of the one divine mind to create their own reality. And science, let me tell you, is proving this over and over again, meaning the observer effect. We actually literally create into existence actual things. So imagine there's multiple universes going on this planet right now. That how people perceive, even COVID or politics or the financial systems or whatever, you can find the case for it, against it, what's right, what's wrong. Every single person can find their own proof because it's their own perception. And so I invite you to consider that you've been playing small at this game called life. We were on a call a little while back with a bunch of gals and a few guys in Society and closing out the year and just thinking about, let's play a great game. If it's just a game and it's all perception, we know that harmony is the key to creating heaven on earth. Let's play a great game, right? Let's get over the petty, small, condensed perception and get into that grand perception of that we are creating all of it. So why not create a great game, right? I know that at the core of you that you desire to look no longer to the outside world, to seek the truth within and know your almighty power, your omnipotent presence within you, who you are, the truth of who you are. There is an indestructible, absolute, and self-existing aspect of you. That is the truth of who you are. And when you perceive yourself of the truth of who you are, this almighty spiritual being, you begin to see and recognize the power. You've had the power the entire time. As in Dorothy and Wizard of Oz, you've had the power the entire time. You just used it to create limitation. You used it to create the perception that you were lack and that you were not enough, and that all this perception is the same energy. Your perception of creating limitation and having to save money instead of make money, your limitation perception that love hurts instead of love flourishes and is everywhere and you are love, your perception of how life is working against you instead of for you is your own doing. There is infinite, infinite, infinite creation, and you have the power to create. You have the power to create. The universe is revealing through the law of spirit, the law of perception, that you can never be the effect of any circumstance. You are only the effect of your own perception. Your identity is to experience your full divinity. And so I invite you to consciously meditate and realize how everyone is right. Your ex was right. Your parents are right. The government and all perceptions of the Republican and Democrat and the old, different systems of financial versus the new different technologies coming out, Bitcoin, it's all right. Everyone's right. They get to have their perception. That's the truth. The truth will set you free. And I truly realize this. There are things known and there are things unknown, and in between are the doors of perception. The truth is, it all comes down to perception. I promise you, the greatest investment you'll ever make on this entire planet is in expanding your consciousness, which expands your perception, which truly sets you free to realize life is working for you and not against you, that you always have choice because your will is God's will, that you always can innovate, pivot, create exponentially no matter what the circumstances. That is your divine right. There is no truth. There is only perception. I truly know that you have the ability to expand your consciousness to the greatest consciousness ever that can create miracles, miracles, miracles. I simply know this in my mind, my heart, as together we say, and so it is. All right, you guys. So listen, we develop spiritual entrepreneurs. We develop spiritual coaches, getting trained in developing and understanding the E4 trauma method, helping people birth their truth, helping them build their businesses. We train people. It is my mission to develop so many spiritual leaders, so many spiritual coaches and ministers, law of attraction ministers, metaphysical ministers, and doctors of divinity to take truth out to the world. I am so incredibly honored to do this work. If you or somebody you know has been called to this work, you need to consider us. I believe we have some of the best programs in the industry. We are a fraction of the price, and we have a badass spiritual community of amazing people. We have such incredible community. We come together in soul circle calls, support calls. We come together for social events. We are amazing. That's what I know for sure. And so I just know this, that whatever your dreams are, whatever you truly desire to have in this life, you can have it instantaneously with the power of your mind. Change your perception, change your entire life, change every aspect of your life. It all comes down to consciousness. Everything you've ever desired has to start in mind, which is perception. Have a wonderful day, and may you live your truth. Thank you for tuning in to Soulciety and Dr. Aaron podcast. If you've had a calling to be a spiritual leader or coach, you can go to soulciety.com and check out our free training. If you've received value here, I would love it if you take a moment and give a 5-star review. In exchange, I have a ton of free gifts for you. Grab your free awakening book, 40 guided meditations, and digital manifesting masterclass. I also have a free money meditation and worksheet for you so you can begin to break through your scarcity mindset and claim your birthright of prosperity. You can get all of your gifts and learn about our upcoming transformational events in my bio link in both Instagram and Facebook. That's under draaron.tv, which is DRERIN.tv. Also, I'd love to invite you into our free private community on Facebook under groups called Soulciety. That is facebook.com/groups/Soulciety. That's SOULCIETE. Have a divine day, and may you live your truth.